Welcome to another edition of the Pain and the Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Darrin Bedford, and today I'm speaking with Kelly Gilbert. She is a survivor of, uh, I guess, sexual assault as a minor, and she came today to help us process this in a way that you, as a parent, can now protect your children. We never want to re-traumatize you, or if you have survived something like this, we don't want to re-traumatize you. We just want to share our story. And so I'm gonna say trigger warning in the beginning to for you to brace yourself. But it's all about healing. It's not about exploitation or just talking to be talking. I like to talk to real people who went through real things so we can help real people in the community. And we're just trying to heal the community one conversation at a time. So with that being said, welcome.
Thank you.
How you doing? First,
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I want to say thank you for having this powerful conversation with me because your voice will help someone because I know through experience, right, of talking to both men and women. Since I've been talking to people, more people are feeling freely talking to me, but they don't want to talk on camera.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you being able to talk on camera so we can help a couple of people in our community.
Okay. You're welcome.
So let's just
Let's
start.
go.
Let's
Okay,
go.
so first, coming on camera to do this was not easy at all. What is easy is that we are in the 21st century and there's no monitor where I'm looking at myself. And so I can almost ignore that the camera's there and it's really small. So I
Yeah.
can, I won't do that too much. I'm trying my best, y'all. Yeah, that's kind of hard. So, sexual assault is not how I would classify it.
Okay.
I know you didn't know, like, he was like, she talked about so much. I know you didn't know, like, what category to put it in because it falls in many categories.
Yes.
So, there's, I'm really doing this. There's incest, there's child abuse, there's molestation, and there's rape. Now that's all just one part
Bucket.
altogether. Four different parts of the same basic stuff. So hopefully I'm trying to talk around it
Yes.
a little bit because it really is very large and it really is very bad and painful. And I don't want to have somebody out there reliving their trauma because I'm talking about the trauma that I lived through.
Yes.
Okay. So it began when I was really little. Okay, so grannies, aunties, uncles, big cousins, moms and dads, pay attention to your littles and who you allow them to be around. You have to watch people and watch your baby's reactions and responses to people. Now, I was young then and now I'm old. It's a different world. Parents don't really make their children greet people as much as they did when I was a child. When I was a child, we weren't allowed to say no, we didn't want that person to touch us, or no, we didn't want that person, adult person, to give us a hug, or person bigger than ourselves. That was viewed as disobedience and disrespect. So y'all grew up in the 1900s, 70s. um, yeah. So nowadays, I see on social media where parents are really admonishing other parents, don't force your children to sit in the uncle's lap, or sometimes they go too far. They can't sit in the dad's lap. I think that's situational.
Yeah.
That I don't think that should be a blanket statement. Neither of grandparents and uncles. You should know your uncles and your siblings before you allow your children to go around them,
Yes.
period, right? Okay. So back then, that's not what they did. You just was in the family, and if a function happened, all 22 cousins was in one bedroom, sweating to death, while the grown folks was outside. in the rest of the whatever the place was, doing whatever they do. So I was little when it began. I was like 5. My birthday is in December, so I was 4 coming to 5, or had just made
Turn
5
5, yeah.
because it wasn't Christmas. That's how I know, because it wasn't Christmas time. It started out as a game, as it often does. Bigger people with the show and tell, if you will. Uh, then it's, well, you want to see mine? Mine is different.
Mm.
Let me touch yours. You touch mine. Okay, now, got to put a caveat. I was already dealing with other types of trauma. Yes, F5. Other types of trauma in my life. So I was already a people pleaser. And it was very important to me at that time to be seen as what was known then as a good girl. And good girls did what they were told. And they didn't make waves, and they didn't really push back. And yes, and there was a very popular phrase back then too: children are to be seen and not heard. And I was really good at that. I could make myself invisible in a room full of people. They wouldn't even pay attention to me being there. Okay, caveat over. So by now, I'm trying to be accepted. Other caveat, I'm an only child. Uh, I'm trying to be accepted because my only friends are my cousins. Because I grew up in adult neighborhoods. I didn't grow up around children. All right, so I want to fit in with them. They don't really understand me because I'm kind of different. So it's navigation to be
Yeah.
done even at that early age. And for me, excuse me, y'all. And for me, the navigation was pleasing. How can I make you happy? I'm the woman who was the little girl, a guest at other people's homes, offering to wash their dishes.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. I'm just trying to give y'all a picture. So the playing is play because you're little. And you don't see them at that point all the time. But then a shift happens in the rest of your life, and you have to see these people more regularly. And so now it's an all the time sort of thing. People are in their mind asking, did you tell? Y'all ask good questions. Yes, I told. They didn't believe me. Now, I can even defend them and tell you why I believe they didn't believe me. Because the first time I told, I told my mom, and you know how black moms are. Well, you know how. Some of y'all
Yeah.
young folk don't know that. You know how black moms, especially then, she hit the ceiling. And it was huge to me. And I thought it was for me. I didn't recognize at the time that it was about what she was saying and not about myself. So I internalized it, and I didn't want her to be mad at me. So I took it back. Never mind, mommy, it didn't happen. So then I was labeled a liar.
Mm.
And I'm still considered a liar to this day, 50 some odd years later, because of that one instance, right? So the lesson with that for parents and caregivers is, if you tell the children that they can come to you with anything, you have to really, really, really be open to hearing anything, everything. And you cannot react. You got to sit on your hands.
And at least not react in a way that'll make the child feel like they did something wrong.
No, you can't react. You have to be still.
Okay.
That's the open space where they can keep talking to you.
And that makes sense, and that's powerful.
Mm,
And so I guess that would be the one thing that you wish the adults did
yeah.
back when you did try to tell.
I wished, I wish, I don't know how, I wish then that my mom was in a better mental and emotional space to be able to handle what I was saying in such a way that her response wasn't so big. It was her response that scared me. Being close to perfect in her eyes was tantamount to me as a little person. I really wanted her to think that I was, yeah, everything she wanted. I put it like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I said the reaction is important. It is important that you don't react and that you wait, no matter what it is, no matter how much it hurts you, realize it's hurting them even more. And it's hurting them more to tell you because they know it's going to hurt you. Doesn't matter how small they are. They know when they tell it, it's going to hurt mommy and or daddy, whoever it is, who is their big person. So that would be first. And that's not the one thing. The other thing is covering. Your children, excuse me, your children should never feel as though they can't come to you, um, not about what they're doing, but for comfort. I see on the internet, that sit on your mom's lap challenge. I noticed that when the daughters went to sit on their mom's laps, the moms pushed the daughters away. Don't push your daughters away. It doesn't matter they're becoming a woman. Every little girl, even daddy's girls, needs their mommy. Every little boy, single parents, needs their daddy and their mommy. They need both. It's a reason that God, I am a true believer of Jesus. Y'all's gonna have to go with me. It's a reason that God made us like a puzzle so that we fit together. Follow me.
Yeah.
There's a reason that I need you to make a baby. There's a reason that you can't have one without me carrying it, right?
Yes.
So it stands to reason that it requires both of us to form a whole person, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense, don't it?
Makes sense.
Okay. Now, I'm a single parent, not by choice, by force. I'm telling you, I'm glad I was a single parent. That's a whole other story.
We'll come back to
But
that
we'll
one
come back
at
to that
another
way
day.
later on another day. Ooh. Y'all gonna need a cocktail for that. Anyway, um, that doesn't mean that that space wasn't lacking. My dad filled it,
Okay.
right? And I was the same child. No, dad, my father was over there. My grandpa filled it for me. Um, the two sides are important to make a balanced human. Okay, through preaching. So hug your children, even when you don't want to be bothered, even when you just got home and every single person at your job got on your one nerve and all you want to do is decompress. If you didn't do it in the car before you came in the house in their presence, it's going to have to wait. Make them your priority. That is something that we all take for granted, time from time to time. If they're babies, we're excited to see them. But once they get up on their own, we're happy to see them, but the same excitement is not there. Let them run up on you. Let them hug you. Let them know and kiss on you too. Even your boys' fathers. I, that's an American thing. All over the world, men kiss and hug their sons. We just don't do it. And we come from a culture that does it. All right. So I'm telling y'all, I'm a preacher kid. I'm preaching. So
It's fine. We rocking with it.
okay. Yeah, don't ever stop embracing them, even when they piss you off. Know that have them know that there is a difference in you did something stupid or you're doing something stupid and you are stupid. That's not the same thing.
That's not the same thing.
Children take that, they equate it. You say to a kid, any kid, even a teenager kid, that what you really did, that was stupid. What they hear is, I'm stupid. So you got to really explain it. And I know this because I raised a really good man, y'all. I did. And I'm not even popping my collar. I did. It was grace and mercy. My son is an awesome man. And it's because I raised him intentionally. I intentionally did not do the things that were done to, around, and for me so that he would not have my life's experience and he would be free to talk to me about everything and to tell me if I harmed him or if I hurt him. And once he became a man, he told me. And
Mm.
I listened to it and I apologized. Our parents are not in the apology business because that ain't what they do, generally speaking.
I'm going through that right now with my father.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this past weekend, he just, like, I did a podcast with a therapist,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to go ahead and guess that he got wind of it and
Mm-hmm.
watched it. So he came to where me and my brother was, and he said that he was open to the conversation now, and that he just didn't know what to say. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
always wanted to say something and just didn't know what to say. And just me hearing that lifted a little bit of the weight off,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now we're putting something together so we can sit down and have that conversation,
Yeah.
because I was damaged as a kid, not assaulted, but the the physical abuse by way
Mm-hmm.
of we we gonna call them whoopings now,
Yeah.
right? But if I whooped my child or my grandchild like I was whooped, I
They'd
would go
be
to
under
jail.
the jail.
So it's things like that, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's I didn't get a lot of I love yous,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like I wrote a I wrote a chapter for a book called The Soul of a Damaged Man,
Mm-hmm.
and the chapter was called Why Didn't My Parents Love Me?
Mm.
Right? Because as a kid, that's how I felt. I felt
Mm-hmm.
like my parents didn't love me. In the midst of their divorce,
Mm-hmm.
it's like my brother was off in jail, and so my brother's always been my protector. Then he goes to jail, and I'm just left in this whirlwind of chaos and
Mm-hmm.
confusion. So I would go to my mom's house, and she had a new boyfriend who didn't really care for me and thought that he would be able to just do anything to me, to the
Mm-hmm.
point where I grabbed a broom and
Mm-hmm.
whacked him in the head with it one time. And then from that point on, like, it was friction.
Because now
And
you're just a man in my house.
yeah, so I would only be really comfortable there if he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad always at work, and my stepmom and my mom didn't get along, and you know what I mean.
I
So
do.
it was a lot of
Chaos
chaos and
and
confusion. And
confusion.
then I found safety at my grandmother's house,
Mm-hmm.
but then I had some older cousins that would come over,
Mm-hmm.
and now, so if I was at my grandma's house by myself, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But once the older cousins came over, it turned back chaotic.
Yep.
So I'm happy that my father, just him saying I'm open to talk, lifted the weight. So I that puts validation to what I was feeling
Mm-hmm.
by you just saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, like
You nervous?
uh talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I thought so. Yeah.
Nervous because I don't want to say, it's like one of those things where you can't say exactly what's on your mind
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want him to climb back up,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to offend, but it's kind of hard. Like, that's the
Mm-hmm.
the balance, or the where I'm at with it. Like, how do I formulate my words in a
I got
way that,
something
that's what we're having this conversation for. Like, so I like to say, any form of abuse is abuse,
for you.
right?
Say it again.
So yours was sexual, mine was physical,
Mm-hmm.
but it still equals abuse. It still
Mm-hmm.
equals a broken child trying to repair themselves
Yes.
around adults that didn't happen, or you know what I'm saying.
I
So,
do.
and then by us talking about it, it makes everybody uncomfortable, because silence is what allows everything to stay
Mm-hmm.
in house.
Right.
Like they used to say,
Goes
don't
on in this house, stays in this
with
house.
all those sayings. So
Don't air out your dirty laundry. That's how old I am, y'all.
so so what advice would you give a parent or grandparent that still says things that keeps the child silent?
Ooh, that's a hard one. My mom is from the silent generation. My son gives her the blues. See, the upside for me is I was blessed with a child who got a brain injury at like 10 months.
Uh-huh.
70%. So you're working with 30%, child. He went to college and everything. Ah, amazing. However, you don't have no filter, zero. And so he just says whatever it is on his mind. I'm gonna be about to die. Grandma, could you just leave her alone?
Yeah.
Stop, stop talking to my mom that way. That is him. And when I watch her, she's so uncomfortable. So that's why it's difficult for me to. All I can do is encourage you this. Even though it's hard, sometimes the hard thing, one hard thing, can free you up and free up your children and your children's children and their children simply because you chose something different, something uncomfortable, because it's not going to be comfortable. So the only encouragement I can give you is that if you embrace it and allow truth to be what it is, there's no such thing as personal truth. Allow truth to be what it is. It will help you in the long run. It might not feel good, but that doesn't mean it isn't helping you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it will help the child, and it will bolster self-esteem and self-worth. There is nothing worse than a person with zero worth, because that person will do anything to feel worthy and allow everything to feel loved. And that's not what you want to do to your kids or your grandbabies, even if it did happen to you. I survived it. You don't want your children to survive and your grandbabies to survive. You want them to live
You want
and
them to
thrive.
thrive.
That's what you want. I was raised in survival because my mama was raised in survival. But my grandparents were children of slaves and sharecroppers. So that's how come they were raised the way that they were. My mom and her siblings were
Yeah.
raised the way that they were raised. Okay, but we, some years out from slavery now,
Yeah.
right? And we have Jesus, those of us who choose him. We have Jesus. If you just read it and don't let people tell you what the word says, read it for yourself and then compare it to other holy books and look for the similarities. You will see that he wants you to be happy, he wants you to be healthy, and he wants you to be whole. He also says that in this life there will be trouble. Everybody has trouble, right?
Yes.
But don't be afraid, because I've overcome the world. So you're good. You're going to go through some stuff, but you're going to be all right, right? And if we can own that for our own selves, then we could push it towards our littles. Now, this I'm telling you from experience, because I should have been in therapy in my 20s. And here I am, just knocking at 60 and just now getting it. My life would have been so much more productive had I begun therapy sooner. I would have understood, like I didn't have any boundaries. I had zero boundaries. Well, I didn't know that boundaries have to be taught. You
Yeah.
have to teach your children when and how to say no, and who to say no to, and when to tell. Every time,
Yes.
right? Every time.
Every
And if you
time.
tell somebody who don't believe you, you keep telling.
Eh,
Just keep telling it to you, telling it out loud, walking down the street. He touched me. I'm serious because I yelled it as a little bitty, and the people that I yelled it to began to participate. Now that's some cold game.
now
I was a
that's different.
mark, and I could say it not joyfully or proudly, just looking back. I was an absolute mark, had all day stepped on my forehead. Absolutely. Your children need this is the message right here. Your children need your attention. You cannot be physically present but not present with your kids. Don't just drop them off. Don't put your desires before them. Yeah, mama need to have a good time too. Yeah, daddy need to be happy too. But the key word in those sentences is too, meaning also, meaning you come after your kids.
I agree.
You no longer come first. And those of us who raised our children putting ourselves first, we did it wrong. And you should be sorry.
And so to that point, uh, 2017, like I divorced my first wife in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a 3-year battle as far as the divorce.
Yeah.
So my children went through a lot of turmoil during
Mm-hmm.
that time. And so 2017, when the divorce was final and I was able to like settle in and get my footing back, I had to double back
Mm-hmm.
and and go talk to my children and allow them. So I let all my kids, because I never taught them how to communicate with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I told them all, just tell me how you feel, however you feel comfortable saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about how it come out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to accept it. I'm going to take it. And like my youngest, she went to Facebook one time and called me all out my name, and I was all type of bees, and and I told her I deserve it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I said, now let's talk about it right now. But it took me some time
Mm-hmm.
to get to that point. And then uh, from 2017 to about 2019, that was a real rebuilding phase between me and my children.
Mm-hmm.
And now we all got a good relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
My son been incarcerated since 2023. Now I got his undivided attention.
Yeah.
So now we read books together.
Mm-hmm.
So and I tell him like I have to teach you how to be the person that I want you to be because I've been punishing you for stuff that I haven't taught you yet.
Yes.
And so that lifted a weight off of him,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, come
And,
on, Dad.
but I can't say I did it all on my own. I read this book by Jason Wilson called "The Man the Moment Demands,"
Mm-hmm.
and it gives us 10 characteristics of a man, and each moment demands a different version of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so uh, I learned a lot about myself reading that book. And so I guess that's what I would say to any men out there. Jason Wilson, The Man the Moment Demands, that book taught me so much about the different dynamics of a man. And so now me and my son is going through that. And I tell him all the time, I'm about to be 49 and you 25,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm giving you this game now. You should
Mm-hmm.
be way sharper than the average 25-year-old. So if you in my age bracket, I'm 48, about to be 49. There's a chance out there that you didn't parent your children right.
Mm-hmm.
First, we have to understand that we're human and
Mm-hmm.
we're allowed to make mistakes and
Mm-hmm.
we're not perfect. So apologize to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time, apologize to your kids. Yeah, they little humans, and they have every emotion that you have in you, they have in them, and they don't know how to control it just yet
Mm-hmm. That's
because
right.
you haven't taught them.
Right. All they have is your example that you show them. Oh,
And we were some
oh,
bad
excuse me.
examples,
Yeah.
right? So I know I was
Mm-hmm.
for a large portion of my life. I was a bad example, and I said this recently on another podcast. I even went back to some of my ex girlfriends
Mm-hmm.
and apologized to them
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't deserve some of the things that I did to them in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so this conversation is deep,
Yeah,
and it's also powerful. And just speaking to you, I'm learning so much more about life,
that's good.
about life. And so that's the purpose of these conversations,
Yeah,
right? And because you're a little older than us or the average viewer,
yeah, probably a
you're
lot.
you're now in a position, and you survived
A
it,
lot of stuff.
so it puts you in a position to be a teacher to the rest of us.
Okay,
And
I'll take that.
so that's why I was so adamant about you coming back,
Yeah.
because the first conversation
Man, y'all should have been here.
I didn't hit the record button, y'all. I forgot to hit the record button on her camera, and we didn't have none of the footage. But
Phew, it was fire in here. We were sweating.
I appreciate you coming
Thank
back.
you. Let me give you this gem before we go about
I
your
know I had
conversation.
another question.
Oh, okay. This is about your upcoming conversation with your dad. Now, this gem is not mine. This gem came from my pastor, William Coleman III. Some of y'all know him as Waffalo. Some of y'all know him as Will. I know him as Pastor.
Shout your church out.
Oh, I didn't say the church. PFBC, Praise Fellowship Bible Church, 3069 Research Drive in Richmond, right next door to the YMCA. Breakfast is at 9:30. Prayer is at 9. Praise and worship starts at 10. And right after praise and worship, Pastor gets up. Y'all, he throws 2 pieces, 3 pieces. You need to check it out. YouTube and Facebook, PFBC in Cal. Okay, so it's Think, THINK, and it's an acronym. So you got stuff on your mind, excuse me, that you want to get off. Think first. Is it thoughtful? Is it helpful? Is it inspirational? Is it necessary? And is it kind?
That's a good one, and I'm glad I got it on camera because now I can watch it.
It's helped me so much.
Yeah.
Because, ooh wee, another conversation is that mother-daughter thing. Oh my God, y'all. Think every time, every conversation, ever since I learned it.
So say that again.
Think. The T, is it thoughtful? H, is it helpful? I, is it inspirational? N, is it necessary or do you just want to say it? And K, is it kind? You don't got to be nice. Don't say
Yeah.
that nowhere in the Bible, but you must be kind.
Must be kind.
Yeah,
So before we get out of here,
yeah.
what is what is like some great advice from your now perspective that you can give a parent or a grandparent who now have stewardship over little people?
Pray. You got to have a higher power. You can't just believe that you are it. I'm serious.
Yeah.
You need a higher power. Now, I can't dictate who you pray to. I told you who I pray to. Jesus and Jehovah. That's his daddy. Pray. Patience. Oh my gosh. I didn't even recognize how much patience I had until I had that young man. Because the children are annoying. You know how they be saying, kids, I feel that way too. The trick is to never let them see it. Never let them see that. And how can I say, no matter if your parents, if you were not raised in a house that was full of love and hugs and kisses, I was not. I was, and then I wasn't. Another story. That doesn't matter. Even if it's kind of uncomfortable to you because you're not really used to it, let them have it. Hold your arms open and let them be the one to break the hug. That's enough. Don't do that. Let them be the one to break a hug. Have big ears. You got 2 of those. 1 mouth. Use these more. Let your shoulder be strong. Because it's going to have to be. Because nowadays, these little people are going through stuff we don't even understand. They have access to stuff that we never even dreamed of.
Yeah, they do.
Like just right. That's all they have to do.
And my 3-year-old well, she's 5 now. She's so smart
Mm-hmm.
with that iPad. I have an iPad. I barely use it,
Mm-hmm.
but she know how to find so much stuff on that thing.
Yep.
So, uh,
And you see these COVID babies, they brand new. They come out with their heads up. What? Looking around. Have you seen them?
uh-uh.
Oh, I must spend too much time on TikTok and Instagram. Because these TikTok babies, they had one pretty little TikTok baby. And he was brand new, like a couple of weeks. And his head was still, and his dad kissed him like that. And the baby worked that head up until he kissed his daddy back. What?
And so,
Evolution.
yeah, I tell people all the time our grandchildren are way smarter than us,
Oh, yes.
and so we have to give them credit for that. And so, in closing, I'd like to say thank you for the insight.
Mm,
Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for having a conversation that I feel will help a lot of people,
yeah.
because it's time to start breaking the silence
Mm-hmm.
on abuse in all forms,
Yeah.
because the silence is what allows it to keep going and
Mm-hmm.
transpiring. So, with that being said, until next time.
Yeah, till next time, because there's a part two to this.
Yeah, it's a part two to this because she has a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. But
Experience.
until we sit down
We
again,
meet again.
we love you.
We do,
Peace.
for